All right, all right, all right.
Hello, America.
How we doing?
Killing it, bro.
Sunshining
It
outside.
is. So I got my brand new Costa sunglasses on.
Sunshining outside
True
in our
sponsor of the Feng Shui podcast,
yeah
Costa Del Mar.
um the in our garage studio.
Yeah.
A little more room. Got
Yeah.
enough space for a studio audience in case somebody wants to drop by at
Drop
some
by
time.
right out front, hang out,
Yeah, one of our
participate.
favorite fans, Joanna, lives right down that way to the
Like
that way.
three down,
Yeah,
four
three
down.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you never know, who might see us come by.
You never know.
So
Got us a new follower this morning, too. Did you get a request on the Facebook for.
I haven't.
All right, double checking. We got a request for a follow.
So we had some interesting things. I want to let you know we had, I don't know if you knew this, but we had some fan feedback this past week.
No way.
Yep.
Interesting you say that because I haven't.
You had some
well.
fan
Yes.
feedback as well?
Yes.
So the fan feedback is we basically broke the news last week that we will be doing Feng and Shui moonshine. And so
Bingo.
and then I got two emails. Well, I got a text message and two emails. One text message was from our loyal follower, Chris Kolb, who basically is driving a very nice 2024 Tesla Cyber Beast truck with Patriot Bolt written on the side.
Oh, bolts and hose, my
Yep.
friend.
Biggest nuts in Texas, right there. The
like
biggest nuts in the world.
Isn't everything bigger in Texas?
Everything's bigger. Biggest nut in the world. You can look it up on the Goog. Give it a Goog. He basically sent me some stuff and told me to be aware on some of the side effects of moonshine. There's some things when you're brewing it that can cause some health issues. So he sent some of that. Also, he said he would be willing to try it. He would like to try it on some guinea pigs first, but if we can ship that there.
That's where I think. Well, look, the research I did. That's where we might start getting into some gray area.
Yeah, because that's the next part. Somebody basically came up and said a very close personal, someone very close to the podcast that like close enough that's in my house.
Oh,
Started basically wondering the legal ramifications of having our own still in the woods back behind the house. And so we had to.
Now it's not secret anymore.
We transferred that over to the Feng Shui legal department, and the Feng Shui legal department investigated that.
Did some research.
Yeah. And what we find out?
Well, there's really no rules or regulations from us preventing us from owning a still. Not even any rules or regulations preventing us from operating a still.
Yeah.
Or making any product or consuming said product.
Okay.
The problem gets into if we start to sell the product or distribute the product.
Transported across state lines. That's a moonshine runner.
Bootlegging.
That's how NASCAR got started.
It is.
Yeah.
Smokey and the Bandit.
That's it.
So there's some gray and some ambiguity if you're not receiving money for it.
It's funny that now you got Smokey and Bandit quotes going all through my head.
Yeah. How's that for
That's it.
So I think we're good though. I think if we make it for ourselves and keep it at home and have it, for cold, blustery days here on the Del Mar, I think we're fine. Friends of ours want to partake in it. They do that at their own.
That's it. We're not going to transfer it. We're not going to transport it across state lines.
We ain't getting rich off.
We're not going to buy it. I mean, we're not going to sell it. That's maybe not. Okay.
Not right away.
But just want to let you know that.
But now there is an avenue if we want to apply for those permits and stuff like that. We could do that. But then you're talking volume.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I actually believe the guy that owned Dogfish Head Brewery. He originally tried to. I think it was him that got in the state of Delaware got a lot of the home breweries and the small breweries. He actually opened that up in the state of Delaware because he originally started doing that.
It's like a home brewery.
Well, he's the guy. I don't know this story. Look up Dogfish Head Brewery. I believe that he basically married. He had a girlfriend. They got married, and he was living in this area, and he was working in a restaurant, and decided he was going to start brewing some stuff, and then decided he was going to sell it, and started going all this. There was a bunch of rules against it. He went through the state and got a bunch of that relaxed. So a lot of the small microbreweries in Delaware can credit that back to the guy that owns Dogfish Head. I think that's the story I meant. Dogfish Head, just want to let you know, right over here out of Milton, Delaware, that's their headquarters and stuff. Good guy. And they got a good restaurant over in Rehoboth. But we do want to let everybody know that the equipment is currently in transport.
1076 en route.
So these still will be delivered over the next week. We will be putting it into action over the next week.
I can't wait.
Yep. And so,
listen, I mean, as we read those instructions, you realize like the cooking of it is very short process.
yeah.
It's the fermentation that's like up to 2 weeks. Like once we mix it in the jug and let it ferment, that's like 2 weeks of shit.
So what we do is we plan mix. This is for this day.
Yeah.
This is for this day.
Yeah.
So we know we can say, hey, Thanksgiving, we're going to have apple pie moonshine, and we know when it's going to be there. And so for Thanksgiving, we'll have it in place because we'll know have some time. We have some Christmas, like some cinnamon, like
Christmas cookie flavors.
yeah, Christmas cookie, sugar cookie moonshine. That
I think we should work into rums and whiskeys
I saw that
because that's what we drink.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I went to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And went to the moonshine place.
Yeah, but isn't moonshine whiskey?
Yeah,
okay.
But I think it's a little higher potent stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I almost wrestled a bar while I was in Tennessee. I called you.
Like Davy Crockett?
Yeah. A lot of good things happened whenever I was there. It was me and the lovely lady Fong who went away for the week.
Yeah.
I brought a bunch of ones.
Singles. Dollar bill.
A lot of singles.
I don't think. Let's go to commercial.
That didn't work.
Okay, hey, we're back.
Yeah, we're back from commercial there. So yeah, that just want to let our Feng Shui audience know that's what's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had people were asking us. I got an email that said, or I got a Facebook message saying, "Hey, listen, if y'all are serious about this, can we do this? Are you going to have like say a tasting?" Somebody said, "Are you going to do this like a tasting like we did at Blues or
yeah.
Right? Just say, hey, we're gonna because we were over at Bethany Blues, another one of our sponsors. They did had their own brand of bourbon,
right?
And they basically opened that up, Kentucky bourbon, and we got to taste that there as it opened up. And so somebody said, "Are you guys going to do that for the moonshine?" Maybe. We might do that.
Yeah, well, so, a suggestion.
We appreciate your suggestions. I'm going to let you know that I had, if you ever go to Pigeon Forge and you go to the moonshine place there, I had a banana something moonshine.
Yeah, that stuff was dangerous.
It was. I brought some back.
Yes, that was like drinking dessert.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Fans right there.
Hey,
how you doing?
Pop Paw just going by.
So stay tuned. We're going to basically update you guys on what's going on our Feng Shui moonshine.
Bingo.
Other thing I'm going to throw out real quick is this Monday. Have you heard we got 126 people coming to bingo?
Yeah, she told me that last night.
126 people coming to Feng Shui bingo.
Golden Vines Vineyard on Monday afternoon.
Yeah. You got to book way ahead of time. Feng Shui bingo. The fun never stops.
They did picnic tables and everything. Like she had to do a schematic where she could move picnic tables to accommodate people.
Oh, I feel like I'm in a Trump rally.
This must be how he feels.
It is.
Glorious. It's glorious.
Speaking of him, did you know that there's a veteran that just gave Trump his Purple Heart?
His Purple Heart. Yeah, the guy got it in Vietnam or World War II.
I think so. Yeah, it was, and gave Trump his behind the scenes, gave him his Purple Heart.
Right, insisted. He showed up at the rally, insisted, and he
said for taking a bullet for the country.
Yeah,
unbelievable. That was a pretty good deal.
Yeah, man.
All right, so that's some of the fan feedback I got. You got some fan feedback.
Check this out. So I'm working at the golf course the other day, and there's a lot of folks up there that know that we do this, and some of them must have tuned in. And guy called me out on the Sloppy Joes.
The Sloppy Joes story.
Yeah, so those of you who remember, we were talking about Sloppy Joes last week, and the serial murderer Matheny that the guys I work with helped lock up, and a lot of stuff became to light after the fact. So the guy said, "No effing way, you're bullshitting." I said, "Really? Give it a goog." And when you give it a goog, that is right in the story that the guy confessed to that in his post-arrest statement.
You know, that's like twice in the past 24 hours that people have not trusted what you said and started Googling your stuff.
Yeah.
Because somebody basically...
Somebody who lives here.
Somebody, that lives here.
Yeah.
was basically not trusting some of the stuff you were
He,
saying last
he
night.
fact checks me all the time.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we have more fact checkers than CNN.
Yeah, or we get fact checks just as much. Yeah.
Yeah, just because somebody said something, that's not it.
That's probably because I've lived an outrageous
Adventurous
life.
life.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
some of the stuff might not seem to normal people believable.
Yeah, look now, since I just used the word adventurous in a sentence,
Yes.
I'm going to open this up to our Feng and Shui audience out there, and that is that Mike and I are living the year of adventure.
This is a great idea you're going
Yeah,
to.
yeah. And so what happens is we're trying to do something adventurous every month. Nothing that where there's going to be a broken bone or nothing like that. I don't think.
So riding a bull is out.
No, riding a bull is still in because I think I can do that. I used to do that, and I think I can do that again without hurting myself.
Bro, you're crazy.
2.4 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're crazy.
So if any of you guys out there have a bull, it doesn't have to be Fu Manchu. I don't even care if it's a bull. It could be a calf. It could be a sheep.
A goat.
So I've lost weight, so I'll basically fit right on this guy.
Right.
We can go over here to the petting zoo. What about riding an ostrich? That would be fun. Riding an ostrich.
Ride an ostrich. How about we go right up to Parsons Farm?
Oh yeah, ride one of them curly hairs.
Paul let you get on that. I'm sure he would.
So yeah, Mike and I've got something planned for December. You got something planned for November.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to do that. And we got a December plan.
Yep.
And we got a January plan.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to see some of our friends in the western side of the United States of America. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to go out there and do something adventurous over on that side of the world. But if you guys got an idea of something adventurous that Mike and I can do, send it to us because you never know. We might try it.
For February.
We might actually, we might videotape it, be live.
That would be funny. If we started getting suggestions.
If we get suggestions and we live video, whatever y'all throw out, well, we might do.
I'm pretty open to just about anything.
Yeah. You say that.
Well, I'm not riding a bull. Look, I'll give you. Dude, I hurt my back doing yard work the other day. I'm not riding no goddamn bull.
All right. So those are some of the adventurous things. All right. So people fact checking you.
Yeah.
I got this other thing. I was having a meeting this week with some of my staff and the little Padawan deal.
All right.
I think that in your mind you're probably thinking, "Where's this going?"
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look, dude. That's how I think. Wait, 99% of the time I wonder where it is.
So I was telling some of my staff that I was saying that I've got some very interesting,
Dude, is that chick naked?
Maybe so. What?
Is she?
Oh my gosh.
She got hair on.
Okay. Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. Never mind. Not something you expected to see on the
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I was basically talking to my staff and I was letting them know that there's some OCD things that I got in my life. One, you've known that I've got 25 friends. I mean, I got 25 friends. I believe it's impossible to be friends with more than 25 people.
Right.
Okay. And so because of that, I've got 25 friends, and my 25 friends, I might rotate you off the friends list. Not you, but you're on the list.
Thanks.
And people on the friends list get a +1. Okay. So some people, it might be you, and Lady Shui might be the +1. Okay. She might not take up a spot. She's just you. Okay.
Yeah, like
if something was to happen to you.
4 and 4A.
Yeah. If something was to happen to you, there, I might not ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She might be on Denise's friends list.
Could be.
Could be. Now, I'm not saying she's not on my friends list, but I'm just saying that I have a friends list, 25.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some people in waiting, and every year I rotate some people off. I haven't heard these people because a friend, you got to be a friend to be a friend.
Listen, shit happens.
Yeah, well, here's the deal.
Some people check out.
You don't stay in touch with me. I don't stay in touch with you. Yeah, I mean, you migrate out. There's a season. It's a friend for a season.
Chapter.
Don't take it personal. It's just I'm saying you rotate out. All right. So the next thing I got is I was telling people about I have a policy about my phone and my phone list on your favorites list.
Yeah.
I have 25 people on my favorites list.
Yeah.
Okay. And so my favorites list that I've got there on my 25 people, I have more important people rotate to the top and other people are to the bottom. And my rule is is that if I will always hang up on a person on the lower level to answer the phone call on the
Yeah.
top, or I will, if I'm talking to a top level person, I will send a text immediately. I'll call you as soon as I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, you have a priority list on my phones list.
It's like a chain of command.
That's right. And so
If you're on
basically,
the phone with a corporal and a captain
Yeah.
calls, you tell
Yeah.
the corporal, I got to get off.
yeah,
the
but
captain.
if a private's calling you, yeah,
Bingo.
I'll get back with you.
I got you.
So I was telling my phones list, and I was telling some people about this. So my assistant wanted to know where she was compared to your son Mark.
Oh,
And I said, I don't think that I want to share this information with people because it's important information.
right.
Okay. And then it got me thinking because a lot of people might not be this organized with their life.
I venture most aren't.
I have 50 golden rules for life. Okay. I have 50 golden rules, much like I got this from, I gleaned this from the Gibbs on NCIS. You remember, like, one of his rules were, and it is on one of my rules too, is don't trust someone that wears loafers and no socks. That's just, you shouldn't put trust out there on that. If you wear loafers with no socks, you're probably not going to fit in you're not going to be in my top 25. Just want to say. All right. But I got 50 rules for life. Do you have any like rules you live by?
Not 50.
Really? Could be 10. Which one you got?
More like 3, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of rules you got? Because I'm going to suggest our Plum Square audience, you guys need to be more, more. You need to be more organized and need to make sure that set your life up in a way that, hey, these are things that I live by.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what are the top 3 you think?
Well, what you see is what you get.
Yeah, that's a good rule, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody lies to you.
I don't lie to you, do
Everybody lies to
I?
you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not saying you're a liar, but if you go into into relationships or whatever, conversations, everybody's a liar.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of how to clean this up. I got a long memory for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do me wrong, I got a long memory for it.
Yep. Yeah. Got a death grip on a grudge is what you're saying.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
So,
the more importantly, I'll just cut you out.
Yeah. I don't have time for it.
You're off the list.
Yeah. Don't have time. Yeah. So this is what I did. I was telling someone about my 50 rules. I figured I was going to give you 3 numbers. Just let you pick random 3 numbers.
Oh, and
I was going to share my rule.
You have this shit documented.
Yeah, I got it right here. So I got 50 rules for life. Okay, so I got it documented.
Okay.
And I was going to say, and so this is what I did to some people I was on the phone with this past week. I said, look, give me a number. I'll give you a rule. And they said, really? I said, yeah. So now I've had people call me through my week. What's this rule? And so I don't know if they're writing them down, but they'll write number 17. And basically I'll just read it. I'll open it up to them.
What's interesting about this is that if you randomly pick a rule and then you hear it, it would make you right away, compels you to think what's above it and what's below it, how it's prioritized.
Well, they're not prioritized.
They're not prioritized.
No, if
random rules.
Yeah, I just basically picked a number of 50, and I'm thinking, that's a pretty good rule. I mean,
you don't think that even subliminally you prioritize them when you were putting it together?
Whenever I see someone wearing loafers with no socks, I don't have to know. I know that's one of my rules.
Okay.
All
right.
So go ahead. What I like you to do is
pick a number.
Pick a number, any number. We're going to share one of these numbers with you.
All right. Well, being that it's hockey season,
yep.
Let's go Rangers. I'm going to pick some numbers that might sound familiar to those other Rangers fans in the audience. Number 2.
Number 2, in a negotiation, regardless of whether it's with your spouse, whether it's a business person, in a negotiation, never make the first offer.
I know where you got that from. That's the art of the deal, isn't it?
Yeah. So a lot of these rules came from other things.
Yeah.
I would think to myself, because Nick Saban's got a bunch. Nick Saban's got some unbelievable rules about the other day. The speech about him about nothing became viral. But some of these come from, let's say, the art of the deal. But never in a negotiation, no matter what, your kids, your wife, never make the first.
I wish I was detailed enough to, like, I've got rules that are just kind of all floating in there, spur of the moment. There's nothing steadfast, that I'm good. Yeah, I wish I was more like that. But all right, so number 2 is negotiation stuff.
Yep.
Um,
Never make the first offer in a negotiation, no matter who you're talking to.
Number 11.
Number 11. All right. So sometimes I know what's going to happen on this. Okay. I know what's going to happen and I choose to. And so it's a very interesting thing. There's certain people in my life that understand that I do something every morning at 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Okay. At 7-Eleven, I send some text messages out.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, I send that out. So this has something to do with texting. Number 11 is something to do with texting.
Don't drunk text.
Okay. That doesn't have it. Or FaceTime. That should be a rule. All right. When you text someone and you're angry, finish it, read it, delete it, and rewrite it.
Oh, no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay.
That's kind of like with the 24-hour rule
Yeah.
about emails and shit like that.
Yeah.
Let it go.
And so I remember in my mind that number 11 is always about texting because of the 7-Eleven rule. And why I do that at 7-Eleven, really messed up story that happened like 25 years ago. But I end up texting people every day at 7-Eleven every morning, no matter what. So that's number 11. So first is, if you're in a negotiation, never make the first offer.
Right.
If you text someone, I know two people that watch this podcast that probably should have known that rule from last week. Just want to let y'all know, you should have wrote it, thought about it, deleted it, and rewrite it
It's
again.
like right there with take a deep breath.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Hey, look, there's a follow-up. It's another one of these in here. Well, hold on, I'll tell you. If it depends on, you might get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far we have done number 2,
And number 11.
Brian Leach.
Yeah.
Number 11,
Yeah.
Mark Messier. Oh. I'm gonna go. This is outside the box. Number 32,
Number 32.
Matteau.
Okay.
Stefan Matteau.
So I've got a couple that I want to share with you, but this one here is very interesting. And basically, I read this on a book. It's about discipline. And in 32 is this: you should treat yourself once a year. You should basically, whether splurge or something, and
like
just
it.
treat yourself.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's hard to do only once a year.
Buy a still.
It's hard to do only once a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy a still. Yeah.
And you got Amazon, or you got
Yeah.
credit cards that the wife doesn't know about.
Lady Fung made me cancel my Amazon Prime account because we had two.
Yeah.
She didn't know what I was buying.
I don't have a Prime account.
Yeah.
I just have the Amazon account, and I always defer.
Yeah.
I'll wait an extra 2 days, 3 days for the free shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I do it because I watch movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So here's a couple more rules that are 32. Not going to tell you the numbers of them, but these are some of my key ones that basically go on. And that is, no matter what you're beginning, no matter what you start at the beginning, make sure you know what the end game is. What's your goal? What are you trying to reach with that? And so whether it's in a conversation, whether it's in business, whatever else, what is the purpose of the
strategy here?
That's right. So if you begin a conversation with something, now Denise believes that it means I'm manipulating things. But if you begin a conversation, I taught a master class in manipulation this past week. Hey, Mark, you can share with people Doug's master class of manipulation: good cop, medium cop, and bad cop. Not just your typical good cop, bad cop.
I got
so
no
just
strings to hold me down.
So if it's in a conversation, know what you want to do. What's the purpose of this conversation? Yeah. Don't just call someone to have a conversation.
You can generalize that more to life too. What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
What are you doing? Don't meander.
So
aimlessly.
You know where I got that rule?
Have a target. What's that?
Rocky IV. Sylvester Stallone, also in Tulsa King, pretty good show, but Sylvester Stallone and Apollo Creed. It's not Apollo Creed. That's the character. Who was he? Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, good call right there.
Okay, so Sylvester Stallone and Carl Weathers are running on the beach in California in Rocky IV.
Trying to get in shape.
Yeah, Mickey's dead, and what's ended up happening is Mr. T, or was it the Russian or Mr. T? Mr. T had killed Mickey.
Yeah, is that 4?
No, yes, 4. It was the Russian. They were upset with the
4 is Russian. Yeah,
and so no.
Rocky
it doesn't really matter who he was fighting. It was Mr. T, but
Clubber Lang.
And so they're running on the beach, and Sylvester Stallone stops. And what ends up happening is Apollo Creed, he keeps running, and he gets there, And Apollo Creed looks back at Adrian, and he looks and says, he's done. And Adrian goes over there and asks a very interesting question. And I believe it's a question where I got this ruling. Adrian looks at him and says, Rocky, you got everything you've ever wanted. What are we doing here? Because if you don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. But what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's a key. I have that clip somewhere saved. That's a key moment.
I like it.
And so
we're wasting time.
What are we doing here? What's our purpose here? And so I believe that's in conversations, everything. That's one of the things. Okay. There was another one I was getting ready to say. Oh, here's one for you. This is number 25. Number 25. Love your job or leave it. Don't waste your time. Goes back to what are you doing here?
Is that an everyday thing?
I think you can love, I think you can love your job but not love the particular job you're doing. What I mean is I love working where I'm working and I love the job.
Yeah.
There are some of the jobs I work on that drive me crazy.
Yeah.
And so I can hate an individual job but love my job.
Yeah.
And so I mean if you're at your job, you're going to spend more time at a job than you do anywhere.
Yeah.
And so with your wife or anything else, if you don't love it, that means the majority of your life is miserable.
Yeah.
So love your job or leave it.
What's that quote? If you love what your job, you never work a day in your life or something like that.
Yeah. So there we go.
I love my job.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And I would do it again in a minute.
Yeah.
Probably less than a minute, I would do it again. However, there were parts of it and days where I freaking hated it.
Yeah. Well, there was a day this week that, I averaged 10 hours a day on the phone this past week.
Oy.
And probably drove, who knows, ridiculous miles.
You get cauliflower ear from talking that much on the phone?
I don't. I basically use Siri and I just scream. My voice starts hurting.
Because that would be a workers' comp issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a professional talker.
Nice.
Yeah. So look, there's a bunch of other questions. If any of you guys on Feng Shui on the podcast decide to have a particular number you're looking for as far as Doug's 50 rules for life, or if you're looking for 50 ways to leave your lover, you can slip out the bag, Jack.
Make a new plan, Stan.
Don't need to be coy, Roy.
Listen to Doug.
There we go. And so what I'm saying, Paul Simon, right?
Bingo.
There you go.
Hop on a bus, Gus.
Anything just to get yourself free. So look, Paul Simon had 50 things or ways to leave a lover. Doug's got 50 rules of life, 25 friends, 25 things on his phone.
Yeah.
It all works out. And so, Feng Shui audience, there's just some rules for life. Stay tuned. You never know what we're going to talk about next week. We'll have a still
update.
Yeah. And we bought a model that's a decent size, and then we're creative enough. We're getting bigger. Can you imagine someone open the garage door and there's nothing but basically
be like Doc Brown's laboratory in here.
All right, Feng Shui. I know there's some other questions you guys might have as far as where is the asset. We haven't seen her. I don't know.
She's at the vineyard working.
She's at the vineyard working. We might do something. We might see assets. Stay tuned. And hey, there we go. Live your life. Do something adventurous. Send us some suggestions. And none of this stupid stuff that we've already done before. Jump out of a plane, run with the bulls in Spain, drive your car on a NASCAR racetrack. We've done all that stuff.
Yeah. Chase people in a police car at 125 miles an hour.
Shoot at people. All that's happening.
Get hit by a car.
Yeah, get hit by a car. Have people shoot at you.
Yeah.
That's not adventurous.
No.
All right.
No.
Until next week, we love you and see ya.
You've been listening to the Feng Shui podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week.